Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be taking you through some spotting techniques so that you can help those in your life who are trying to learn how to forward roll, backwards roll, cartwheel, limber, back handspring, and help them develop their skills safely and effectively over and over again while you're at home or at the beach or in the park or wherever you want to be. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. So Liana is my guest and she's going to be showing you with the gymnastics side of things, and we're going to start with a forward roll. Okay, so positioning wise, I just want you to think about how I'm going to talk about my hands. One arm is close to Liana, this is my inside arm. One arm is far away from her, this is my outside arm. So when I'm referring to my inside arm, it's always the arm that's closest to the student, and when the hand is furthest away, it's the outside arm. So she's going to start in a tuck stand. We're going to do a forward roll. I'm going to show you two different ways to spot a forward roll. One is my inside arm comes to her hip and my outside arm goes over her back. Go ahead and do a forward roll. And I'm going to track with her. Now my hands have switched. Okay, what was the inside arm and it was on this hip is switched to this side, so I can be here, go and stand up and help her stand up. Okay, we're going to do it again. So scoot backwards. Okay, so she's in her tuck stand. My inside arm is coming over to this hip right here, and my outside arm is reaching over the top of her. It's going to be over her back. Now, I want you to understand something. When she goes to roll, I have to move this hand out of the way. And I'm lifting her hips. Go and do a roll. I'm lifting her hips, and then I have to move my arm out of the way so she doesn't roll over it. Okay, so that's one way to spot. Okay, come back here. The other way to spot is to not reach over. Now, why I would reach over is because I need to lift. Maybe the child is heavier than you are strong, so you need to be able to lift, so that's why you're going to do it this way, okay? However, if you don't want to get that arm stuck, you can come inside arm, reach around the side, outside arm goes to the stomach, inside, and she rolls, and you just push and lift. And now she's just rolling through the arms, and nothing's getting caught underneath her. There's not as much lift support, but you have some guidance, and at least you're not having to worry about the funny arm. So backwards roll, it's the same thing. So go ahead and come back over here. And I'll show you some other variations in a second. So tuck stand, backwards roll. It's the same kind of concept, okay? If I come in right away, she's gonna roll over my arm. So she's gonna start rolling, go and start rolling, and I'm going to lift and put her on her feet. Okay, let's try that again. It's the same kind of arms, but I'm not starting at the beginning. I'm waiting till she starts the roll. Go ahead and roll. And I'm reaching through, lifting on this side, okay? Now I'm going to show you the other side. So we're going to do forward roll again. Okay, here's my inside arm. It's coming over to her hip. My outside arm is going over her back, and she's going to roll. And then I might be there to help her. Go and scoot backwards. Let's do it again. And then this is the other option. So instead of reaching over, because I don't want my arm to get stuck, I'm going to be here, and she's going to start rolling. I'm going to lift, and she's rolling away from me. I can't get to her, but now no arm is getting stuck. I'm going to change my position just so you can see again. Go and turn around. So my inside hand is actually coming in, and I'm placing it right here where her hip bone is, right above her hip bone. The outside arm is coming over in the same spot. She goes to roll. I go again to catch right above the hip bones, and I'm being very gentle with my hands. I'm not trying to dig my fingers in to hurt her at all. So it's just very soft and gentle. Go and come back and do it again. I'm going to show you the other hand position. So instead of reaching over, my hands are now like this, okay? She's going, I'm still lifting above the hip bone to get over the head position to help lift her over. Go and turn around. I'm just going to show this side just so you can get comfortable. Again, now my left hand is over her hip bone. Fingers are coming in. I'm reaching over the top. I'm lifting and helping her roll. And go and scoot backwards. I'm going to show the other side. Yep, turn around. We're doing forward roll still. So instead of this direction, I'm going to be here. And I'm again lifting and helping her pass over her head position. So backwards roll. Okay, we showed you earlier, but I just want to now, you got different hand positions. I'm not stepping in first. I'm waiting till she rolls. Go and start rolling. And I'm reaching over the top, over her hips to come over to that position. Okay? Go and turn around, do a backwards roll again. Okay. Backwards roll. I'm waiting till she gets the roll. I'm going to be in close. Go and start rolling. And I'm going to reach over the top, grab the hips, and help lift her up. So those are all your hand positions with rolls. You can have a lot of fun with it. You can get kind of creative. If you get really good at the hand positions with rolling, it helps later on in your cartwheel and your round off spot. But we're gonna go into a handstand. So go and stand up, start in your lunge position. With a handstand, we have a leg that's in front and a leg that's behind, okay? The side that I'm on is going to change how I spot the handstand. And when you're learning and you're new to spotting, you want to be on the same side as the leg, okay? So I'm going to come over here. My inside arm goes into the hip, and it's just palm up. The thumb is getting caught right by the hip. Palm up, she goes into her handstand. Go ahead and go. I reach over, and the outside arm catches the leg. Then I'll shift both hands, and I'll have the legs, because this is where I have the most control. Then she can split. I put my hand on her stomach again to help lift her up. If the arms collapse, you're gonna land on your head. So that's what the spot is trying to prevent, is the arm collapse. So go and do it again. Inside arms here. I want you to collapse your arms. I go to lift, go and collapse your arms. I'm now grabbing by the hips, so I have more control. She goes to split her legs, and she goes to stand up. So that hand can go over the leg. If they're strong, can go by the hip. If they're not as strong and confident, do it one more time. Inside arm is here. She kicks, I can go by the hip, and now I can do the lifting for her, have the control, she can split, and then I go, okay? Go and do it on the other side, just standing here, just so they can see. Maybe this is your stronger arm and that you want to be more confident with. Notice now the leg is at a different spot. So if I put this hand in, go and kick the handstand, I'm not gonna be where that leg is, and there might be a little bit of funniness, but I can still be at the hips. Everything's fine. Sometimes what you might do is if the front leg is away from you, you can grab by the thigh, go and kick up, and you can use that to control where the knee is and place the arm behind the back and the hips, so you can do more lifting also in that way. So there's just a couple different spots you can have there. Cartwheels, okay? So that's handstands, but we're trying to get to a cartwheel. A cartwheel is very similar to the rolling arms, okay? But we need to now again go back to this front leg. If I'm standing here and she goes to cartwheel, her leg's gonna swing around the side and hit me in the head. It's not gonna be good. So go and stand on this side. She has her left leg in front, so I need her on the right side of my body, okay? Her arms are up, I'm still in the handstand position for the spot. She goes to cartwheel, I reach over the top, and I finish just as if I were to start the handstand process. So my hands are just pivoting over, and now I'm in position, okay? Do a cartwheel on that side. So now this is her uncomfortable side. Hand goes in like the handstand spot. She goes to cartwheel, I reach over, and now I finish just as if I were to start the handstand on this side, okay? What you need to understand is if you're spotting, and based off of your own physicality, it's common when people start moving really fast to want to spot far away. But you're compromising your strength. You don't have the control. You're gonna lean over, you're gonna have back problems. It's no good. So you've got to get in close enough that your shoulder is pretty much in line with their body, so you keep them as close to you as possible so that you can stay strong and safe while you're doing these spots. So do a cartwheel one more time. So you'd really want to stay in close. This hand's gonna go over to the other hip, and now I have control. And that is our cartwheel. Okay, so we're gonna do a limber. So lay on your back, feet facing this way, push up to a bridge. So we have a bridge, and now the student wants to kick over. They want to figure out how to get their legs over. You take the inside arm and you put it underneath their back, and you just support them. The outside arm goes to their hip. Go and pick one leg up and kick over. And you just pick them up, and now you go over. And it's still the same type of arm pathway that we've been playing with the rolls and the cartwheels. Go and stand here. Now they want to fall into the bridge. You can start in a straddle stand. If their feet are apart, they're going to have more stability and they can bend better. So they start with their arms up by their ears. The inside arm goes over their hips. They start to fall. You catch them with the outside by their hips, and you just lift and you pull them right over. And that's it. Go and stand up, do it the other way, just so they can see how the arms would work. So face that direction. So now it's my right arm, it's coming in over the hips. She starts to bridge backwards. I'm controlling and supporting her. Then I can lift and pick up and send over. And you can do it feet together, you can do it kicking over, you can stop in a handstand, try to hold the handstand. There's lots of variations. Then we want to make it a back walkover, let's just say. So turn around, let's do a back walkover. She's going to lift one leg. Same hand position. She goes backwards, I lift the hips, she steps over, I finish. Very much just like the cartwheel action was. Front limber. So now she's going to kick up to a handstand, fall into a bridge. So I'm going to start with the handstand spot. Hand goes on the hip. I'm going to reach over the back. She's going to fall into a bridge. Now I'm here. She needs to stand up. her arms are the place that's gonna be compromised the most. So my free arm is gonna reach for her wrist, okay? And you can reach like you're grabbing a cup of water is probably the best, so you can push and you can lift. So now she's pivoting off of my arm and I'm just lifting her arms up. Go and turn around and try the other side. So she's doing a front limber. Now don't go yet. Notice that the leg is on the opposite side, so you may not have that nice grab, so you have to be aware of that. Go ahead and go front limber. I'm gonna go for the back of the leg. I'm going to switch because of the side that I'm on. Okay, so now I have a funny arm position. So I'm going to switch my arms and I'm going to help her up. Okay, and I just want you to be aware because you might get yourself in a funny situation where all of a sudden your arms are tangled up and you're like, what do I do? Just go slow, get the right arm where it needs to be, pick the arm up, finish the skill safely. It's easy. Cool, so now we have rolls, we have handstands, we have cartwheels, we have limbers, and we want to get to the glorious skill every child usually wants to learn, which is a back handspring. Are you ready for a back handspring?
Yeah.
Now in a back handspring, the error, okay, that most students make is they start jumping by bending their legs. And yes, you're gonna bend your legs. Yes, you need to bend your legs to jump, but that's not how we wanna start learning a back handspring. We need to learn the fall and the hip action. And this makes spotting super simple. So you'll eliminate the knee bend, no knee bend. If you're gonna give a correction, have your child or student not bend their knees. So we're gonna keep our knees straight. She's gonna pike her hips, so she's gonna pike and she's going to fall and lean. Okay, so this is the position we want to start the back handspring in. Now, how am I going to hold her? Okay, outside arm is coming around her back, inside arm is coming to that inside hip, and it's very much like we talked about with rolling, except I'm going to do something different. So here she's in her pike position, she's falling, okay, so I'm here stopping her. I'm going to take my inside arm and put it underneath her legs. I'm going to have her open her body up all the way to the ground. So just open, put your hands to the ground like you're doing a back limber. Go for it. And now I can just hold her. So everything just opened up, then I can just slowly send her over. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. If I eliminate the jump, I get all hip action, and the hip action is what you actually want the student to feel how the body pulls the legs over and not all this funny mushy stuff that you're gonna see when you play with this. So you get to a pike stand, you get the fall lean, you got that. Okay, so the outside arm is stopping, I'm grabbing underneath the legs and I'm supporting at an angle, and I just tell her to open her body up till her hands go to the ground. And now I'm just holding. From here, I lift up to a handstand, this arm goes to her stomach, and I support just in case her arms crumble and she wants to face plant on the ground. Okay, safety. We're gonna do the other side. So go and stand facing that way. So she's in a pike stand. Okay, you're spotting from the other side. So I have my other arm, left arm, is going around her back, right arm is under her legs. She leans, now she opens, hands go on the ground, I help her down. It's as simple as that. I'm gonna do it from the other side so you can actually see my arms the way you'd be looking at it from your perspective. So face, turn around, she's in a pike stand. Again, I want a fall. If they start here, they're gonna open up to the ceiling. We don't want that. We want to open to the ground. So she's gonna lean, fall, okay? This arm's going under her legs, this arm's going around her back, open up, support, I have everything I need, switch hands, support, help her on the down. Go and turn around, do the other side. Okay, it goes around the back, I go under the legs, I get a lean, don't let them move yet, freeze. Now open up to the ground, support, shift your hands, control, making sure she's not gonna crash onto the ground. And that's it, that's the back handspring. If you want to improve the back handspring, it's all about how fast you open up. So let's do one with a quick open so they can kind of see what that would look like. So I'm gonna have a lean and now open fast. Boom. And now she's kind of flying out of my hands. Now I know Liana can control the rest of it, so I didn't step in to spot her because I wanted you to see the energy. Let's do it again. Now I'm gonna do the whole thing with spot while she's going fast. She's gonna do the pike and she's gonna lean and go ahead and go. So I just put that hand right in under the stomach. Now let's pretend she does something funny. Okay, go ahead and stand in your pike stand. Okay, just do a sloppy one, just mush. Okay, mush. I can lift her and hold her. I'm in super close. Oh, her elbow's bent. I can pull her up higher. I can go slow. Hey, do you got it? Good. And we can take everything under control, nice and slow, nothing crazy getting out of there. If she were to do it without the fall, okay, so she's in her pike stand, no fall. Start to open up to the ceiling, just open up. That's what's gonna happen. So we're not gonna be rotating to the ground. Do it again. She's in a pike stand. If there's no fall, go and open. It's gonna do this, and I can't flip that. If she's too high, her hands are too high, I'm not gonna set her down on her hands. So that's why the lean is so important. Do it with a knee bend. If she does it with a knee bend, okay, so it's the same type of spot, go and go. There's a lot of weirdness. If you saw that floaty pause that happened, and then I caught her, and then the ground, it doesn't have this smooth rhythm going on, okay? The other problem with a knee bend is, don't do it yet. Another problem though is bend your knees, is the knee bend starts going forwards, which means the hips are gonna start going forwards too, so the back handspring isn't actually traveling backwards. So that's why the pike stand, go and do your pike, the pike and the fall already sends me the direction I wanna go, backwards. Open up, go, back handspring. From there, play with it on the trampoline, get really good on a trampoline because the trampoline is the best place to be learning any skill. You can spot it on the trampoline. If you're not feeling super strong in this arm position, there's one more arm position you can do for larger athletes or students or people who are just bigger than you and you need to have that strength to feel solid. Go and stand right here. I'm gonna change my body position. I'm gonna come in this direction. My foot, okay, could be a danger if I'm flailing it out over here. So make sure that your foot is not in the line of the travel. She's gonna go over my shoulder. So she's gonna be in her pike stand. I'm gonna come in here, go and go pike open, go and open. And she's going now over my shoulder. And I'm a much stronger support when she's going over my shoulder than if I'm going over my forearms and hand position. So this is just another way where you can lift somebody and have them laying on your shoulder and feel really strong and stable. You just have to be slow on the down, which is just using the legs to bring them down and then send them over. So there you have it, back handspring spotting. Hope you enjoyed it, learned something. Message us, leave a comment, reach out to us if you want more feedback or information. Send us your videos. We'd love to see how you're spotting your student or child and how the hand positions are working for you and how their progress is improving. And there you have it. This is the end of the video. I'm Raleigh Carter. It's Liana. This is ThriveTrainingCenter.com.